One question we often get from clients is, how do I know if I can use my business name? How do I check if a business name is available? The answer to that is it could be a multi-step process. Hey there, this is attorney Sarah Holmes of Holmes Business Law P.C. We are a business and trademark law firm that also offers general counsel subscription services to business owners. One thing you want to do first is usually you go to the state in which you intend to set up the business. So for example, we're in Pennsylvania. If I want to file for a Pennsylvania LLC, I would go to the Department of State, Bureau of Corporations that accepts LLC filings, and the first thing they're going to make me do is a business name search, meaning I'm going to type in the name of the business I want to use, and the state of Pennsylvania will search it and say either, hey, we have businesses already, or a business already registered with this name, or no, your name is free to use in the state of Pennsylvania. At that time, then I can choose to either proceed with the filing, or maybe I should take a second step to really figure out if my name is available. So why would I do that? Well, if I'm in Pennsylvania, but let's say I intend to do business across the United States. Let's say I'm shipping goods. I'm going to ship them to California. I'm going to ship them to New Jersey, Delaware, New York, Hawaii, Alaska, wherever it is. As long as I'm crossing state lines, I am now engaging in what the government would like to call interstate commerce, which is just as it sounds. I am now shipping things across state lines and doing business with people in other states. Why is that a big deal? Well, that's a big deal now because my business name could be entitled to federal trademark protection, meaning that if it qualifies, I may be able to protect my business name by registering it with the federal government and then making it so that nobody else in the US could use it in a similar way with similar goods or services. But first, I would need to make sure no one else is using a same or similar name, because while Pennsylvania is saying I could use this name for an LLC, it doesn't mean that there's not someone in Kansas or Missouri or even in New Jersey already using that business name there. Searching just in Pennsylvania for an LLC tells me nothing else about whether actually someone else in the US would already have trademark rights to that name. It's really important to understand that the federal government, so meaning like USPTO, the United States Patent and Trademark Office, which is where you go to do a federal trademark search or federal trademark registration, they do not talk to the states, meaning they don't talk to Pennsylvania's Bureau of Corporations. They're not talking to, New Jersey's Secretary of State about LLC filings and what LLC names are taken in these states. They do not do that. Neither one has anything to do with one another. They're totally different governments. One is state government, one's federal government, totally different departments, totally have nothing to do with one another. So it's really important to keep in mind that just because your state has cleared your name for an LLC does not mean that someone else in another state does not already have federal trademark rights to that name. So the next step that you might want to take then is, in fact, to go to uspto.gov, which again stands for United States Patent and Trademark Office, and do a trademark search. Now you could see if there's a direct name match to the name that you want to use. And then you'd want to make sure the mark is live, it's not dead, because dead marks really don't matter. But if the mark is live and if it's already registered or pending registration in a category of goods or services similar to what you intend to do, that should be a red flag to you that, hey, like while this name is available to me in Pennsylvania, someone else already has federal trademark either pending or submitted or already registered, and maybe I should not use this name and pick a different name. Now, that search is a really good first step, a very good rudimentary first search, and then if you want to go back and file your LLC, that's okay. If you really, really want to be sure, the appropriate thing to do would be to hire a competent person. Our office certainly does this, an attorney that does trademark searches, because the type of search that we do is not the same search that you do. While your search is good and at least tells you, hey, there's a direct name match or not, the search that we do, we actually use special software that uses an algorithm, and it will pull, because if you end up submitting an application, it's not just direct name matches that could be an issue. It could be anything that looks like, sounds like, could mean the opposite of, could have another word in it that in any way really sounds similar or could be confusing to consumers. And not in just direct categories of goods or services, but really in any other category that logically the person with the existing registration could branch into. Now that sounds very complicated, and in all honesty, it is very complicated, and the devil's in the details. And when you hire a trademark attorney to do a search and an application for you, this is largely what you're paying for. You're paying for this analysis and this level of detail to go through matches, close matches, and, give an opinion as to what may or may not be registered. So, of course, if you have questions about using a business name, if you have questions about a trademark search or whether you're using a name properly, feel free to reach out to our office. Our number is 215-482-0285. Thanks.